We're on our way to Louisville, where I grew up and where basically the story starts.
My name is Maurice Fleming. My family calls me Bud, and my friends call me Reese, and on the internet I go by Reese. I'm 21 years old. I do consider myself an entertainer. I consider myself an entertainer on the internet, so it's more so a content creator, if anything. How long have I been entertaining for? I remember making my YouTube channel back in 2009, so it's been about 10 years. I've been doing this for about 10 years. On and off, but it's been I've been doing this for a long time.
I don't know. This girl was judging me because I drink like a baby. I always put two hands on my drink.
Yeah.
1,
It stinks.
2.
Oh, God.
Is
Is that pepper in it?
3.
Do it. Go jump. I believe in you.
Yeah, how do you open it?
Oh my god.
Yo!
I told you. It's not.
Wait. What is this? What is this right here? What is this?
And rocks hit it. But
See, that's what I'm saying. What? Whose kids are these? Just let me know, cause I'm. Got a little technical. Cause I got you, fam. Man.
What inspired me to start entertaining? I remember being young, and I was not able to buy rated teen or mature games. So my only alternative was to watch people play these games. And I remember Resident Evil 5 had just came out. I was a huge Resident Evil fan, still am till this day. And I remember Resident Evil 5 was, just coming out, and there was this guy that goes by the name of Bash12349. I think he changed his name, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure. I don't think he did though. But I just fell in love with the way his videos were, and his commentary. His whole style, it was very funny, and from there I was like, man, I want to do the same exact thing. And I wasn't really sure, if I really wanted to, but I just knew deep down I kind of wanted to, but I just didn't know how it was gonna go.
Right now we're about to pull up to our first stop. It's basically where I spent the majority of my life growing up. Tons of memories here, especially the ones I'm about to share with you guys. And I haven't been here in so long. Haven't walked around here in so long. Oh my goodness. Look at this place. It's so weird being here. I spent a good chunk of my life here growing up. I think it was about 7. I didn't spend like the first 7, but this is like the longest I've ever been in a place before. And we used to live here. Well, I used to live here. And then my grandmother lived literally 2 houses down right there. And it's wild. It's wild being here. We had so many friends, so many memories. We used to chill out on this little energy thing, even though you weren't supposed to. You were not supposed to sit on that at all, and we always did. We jumped on it, did crazy things. There's a park back here behind this house. One of my childhood friends also goes to UK. He's at UK. He used to live in that black house right there. But he moved before we did, like way before we did. But so many memories. But if we moved to my grandmother's house, we had a computer there, and that's basically where I made my YouTube account. November the 11th, I remember it. I was in school one day, one of my friends was like, you should make a YouTube channel. I was like, oh, I guess. So I went over there And YouTube was ugly back then. Oh my goodness. I remember how it looked and everything. Made my account, and that's where Lil Reese 705 was born, but that's not my name anymore. It changed a couple of years ago, but that's basically, this is the origin story right here. This is where it all started. This is where the button was pushed, and just haven't been here in so long.
I have 2 kids, 2 boys. Their names are Anthony Simpson II and Maurice Fleming Jr. Bud was into videoing, gaming, YouTubing, playing trampoline, doing flips. I know Bud wanted to entertain on the internet because he was always doing videos and playing games and stuff on the internet. And he was always in his room with the door shut, saying, "Mama, don't bother me, I'm recording."
What makes me different from other entertainers is like whenever you're a content creator, you know, you want to stand out. There's like billions and millions of people doing the same exact thing as you. So your goal is to like make your videos you know, entirely, because everyone's different. So you want to make the same content that everyone else is doing, you know, express you. So for me, whenever the camera's on, I'm crazy, I'm wild, I'm goofy, I make fun of myself. I do all of these things to just grab people's attention, you know. And it's like a persona that I put on. So like Reese and Maurice are 2 different people, and I say this all the time because it's so true. But whenever I entertain, I'm not the same person when I'm not doing that. And like I am kinda, because like, you know, they're kind of connected, but like whenever I'm streaming or recording or doing whatever, I tend to put on a whole different mask, and you know, it's ready for business. I'm here to make that content. Another part from being different and standing out is you want to brand yourself when it comes to actually being a content creator. Branding is probably like the biggest thing that you really need to think about. And for me, I know for a while I didn't really know what I wanted to do with this. I didn't know where I wanted to go. But then I was like, you know what? I got an idea. So I ended up like branding myself with Arizona tea. So anytime like in my videos, you know, I always have a can, I'm drinking them, like, oh, buy this, the greatest drink in the world. It'll make you so happy, all these things. And I ended up buying $100 worth of Arizona tea. Made a video about it. Video sucked, by the way, but they called me the AZ guy. I tweeted at them and everything. But I'm always trying to grab their attention, even though I don't get paid to like promote their product or anything like that. Like, but Arizona tea is probably a huge part of my brand for sure. And also kind of started this whole thing with one of my friends. We call it Blasian Hour, and so it's like Rush Hour, like a spin-off, you know, because I'm African American, he's Asian, so we kind of like we use that too. So, but it's branding's probably a huge part, you know, being a content creator. What do I remember in my early days of getting started? I remember I didn't have a camera, so I would always ask my cousin to use his camera, and I'm pretty sure he got tired of me asking to use his camera. I remember I was going so heavy on just making content, just throwing it out there, that I every time I went over his house, I was like, yo, can I use your camera? Can I use it? And I remember like the first video that kind of like blew up was my ice cream and cake video, and I used his camera. And then I remember the following Christmas, I got my camera, and I still have it. This thing has been through so much. It is for sure a fossil. I'm pretty sure my mom got this at like Walgreens because it's old plastic and it's cheap. The quality was not as good, but I use it to like its full potential, and so many videos were made from this camera, and I kept it ever since, just because it reminds me of where I came from and how far I've gotten. And also it just brings back so many good memories. So many videos were shot off this camera, and I'm thankful to actually have gotten this and use it. And I just remember like I didn't know anything, so I had to educate myself and to figuring out how to record video games and how to edit, all of these things. And I remember like my family really wasn't supporting me in the beginning either, so that kind of like, it was like a real hit for me. And I kind of used that pain to like, you know, even push even harder. So I would always, you know, I would always continue just throwing and making videos and just getting them out there as fast as I could and as well as I could at the time. I remember whenever I was like actually learning and gathering new information, I was like, I'll always have my mom buy me the equipment, and she just had no idea like what she was buying. She's like, what is this? And I was like, I just need it. I just really need it. I just need you to buy this for me. So I'm thankful for her too, and everything she's done for me too. She's been very, very supportive, especially now that she sees like how dedicated I am to this type of thing.
So we're here at the second stop. This is basically where I lived just for like about a year, and this is actually where I received my first camera. I got it for Christmas. It was like this red camcorder. It was so cheap. I'm pretty sure my mom got it like at Walgreens, but I used the heck out of this camera. This is actually where a lot of videos started to happen. The motivation, like I said, set in, and I had like this friend I met during school when I moved schools too. We called him Johnny. His name was Jonathan, and we would always jump on his trampoline. And also, I remember making a video. This is when Justin Bieber became like super big at the time. You know, his song "Baby." So me and my cousin did like a little a little parody remix of this song, and it actually did really good, surprisingly. I don't remember, it was blowing. I think it hit like 500 views like the first 2 days or something like that. It was growing, but I had to get rid of it because I had a copyright strike, and I was not about to be so young and know about this stuff. I was like, it was a little shocking, but I was like, yeah, I gotta get rid of this video. So I deleted the video. Sucks that I don't actually have it anywhere, but it was like we just like remade the song basically, and it was really weird that I still remember that, but no one else knows about this video besides me and him, and it's crazy. I also just want to point out whenever we moved here, and me and my brother, we had to catch the bus on the opposite side over here. So I remember it was one time there's like these elderly couple. Well, they used to live here. I don't know if they live here anymore, but the place is like it's like abandoned, and it's kind of crazy. They recognized that we walked all the way around, and they told us that we were allowed to cut through their yard to catch the bus and everything, but then we would eventually use our bikes and we would cut through there, and they were so nice, and I appreciate that a lot. Actually, that's probably one of the sacred memories that I actually remember of this place, is like them being super kind and nice. Like we recently moved here and they did that, so I thought that was like really, really cool. But yeah, the place is like it's abandoned now, which is kind of wild. I don't know why. Maybe they sold it to someone, but yeah.
I was most definitely more motivated back then than now, and a good example of that, and it's super crazy, I still don't really understand it, but the story goes, I remember I would come in every day after school. This was like what, 6th grade, and I would watch these trampoline tutorial videos because my friend at the time, Johnny, had a trampoline, and we would jump every single day. It was you know, every day, literally every day, the weekend, after school, every day we would just go jump on a trampoline. And I remember coming in, you know, one day I was like, you know what, let me look up some trampoline tricks. So I ended up watching 3 videos just constantly. It was how to do a front flip, how to do a back flip, how to do a 180 back flip. And I would just constantly just feed my brain these videos and just not move for hours. I would just sit there and just watch and suck it in. I don't know why I did this, but I did it. So like one day I ended up telling Johnny, I was like, yo, I'm about to do this. I feel like I got this down, you know, watching all these videos. I got it, you know, I got this. And little did I know, the first thing I did a front flip, landed it. I was like, okay, back flip, did it. Then I was like, the 180 back flip, there's no way I'm gonna get this. And I did it. I was like, this is crazy. Think about it now, it's something I would never do to this day. Who does this? I was so crazy and wild as a child. It's so crazy to me that I actually did that. And then I ended up making my own tutorial videos, which were garbage. They're still up to this day, but they were trash. I would never ever do something like that again. It's just crazy. It's so dangerous. I would put my life on the line. If my mom, well, she knows now, but goodness, it's so crazy. So crazy. Did I have some sort of plan when I started making videos? There was no plan. There was no plan at all. I remember just throwing videos out there constantly as fast as I could and as well as I could. There was no plan. I remember when I first started, I would just do random things. It was just random stuff. I can't explain it. I just did because I wanted to get things out there. I wanted people to watch. I wanted people to laugh. That was probably like my number one goal, was to get people to laugh. As the years went on, I started planning, which is something you want to do and consider. And then I started learning how to film, how to do photography, all these things. And then there's like one story in particular that I fell in love with, and to this day it's still like really, really cool and motivational. I remember learning there was a guy that goes by the name of Jesse Driftwood. This was like a few years ago. And he's a content creator, he's a cinematographer, he's a photographer, he's a father. And when the Instagram stories originally dropped, you were able to it was kind of like Snapchat on Instagram. And people, you watch vertically, so instead of he was used to filming horizontal and people were just limited to their phones, he was like, I'm taking this to a whole nother level. So he took he took one of his DSLR cameras, like this one, not the exact, but like this one. Instead of filming horizontal, he turned his camera vertically and was making these little films, these little 15-second up to maybe 2 minutes, maybe a minute, little films on Instagram. And he would just tell a story of him leaving his house, going to his office, or him going to the store, him going to the park to fly his drone or something. He would make these little creative videos on Instagram and post them just using his camera and editing them and then showing them on Instagram. And I was like, yo, this is crazy. Who would have ever thought to do something like this? And he did. And I was like, man, I gotta hop on the train. I just have to. I gotta do it. So in the beginning, it was tough. I was like, there's no way I could tell a story in 15 seconds or, a minute and make it so creative and fast and, getting everything into this short amount of time. And I remember in the beginning it was tough. It was really tough. I remember it took so much time. I've been doing it for about going on 3 years now. And I'm still perfecting the craft, but little did I know that doing this really makes you a better storyteller. It really does. And he introduced me to manually doing transitions. So whenever you would turn the camera this way, you would start the next scene that you want to shoot or whatever doing that. And I was like, yo, this is crazy to me. And when you edit a certain way, it looks so natural. It's computerized, but no, it's really just you doing that. And I was like, wow, this is a whole other level for me. But I really enjoy making it. It made me plan out things way better too. I remember in the beginning I planned out every single one of these videos, but now I kind of just do it off the top of my head. But it made me super strong in planning out my videos and my shots and things like that. It's been a long road for me. It's been a long road. I don't think I'll ever stop making videos. Even when I'm like 50, I think I'm still gonna be doing this. It's just something I love, you know. I wasn't really in it for the money. In the beginning, I was in it because I actually wanted to do it. And when people started making money off of it, it changed things, you know. There's a lot of people who want to get into this type of thing and just they're in it for the money, but little did you know, like, it takes a lot of time and effort and dedication to make videos and produce content. And like I'm making content on and off. Like, I'm not doing it consistently, but you know, I still love to do what I like to do, and I'm still perfecting my craft. But eventually, I'm gonna start getting my videos back out there constantly, and you know, see where it takes me. But I don't think I'll ever stop making videos ever. You know, it's in my blood. I feel like, you know, I just can't. I can't, and I won't. So
all the equipment that he needed, I gave it to him, even though I didn't know what half of the stuff was. No, there was nobody I knew that was into what Bud was doing. Now, my nephews and my other son, they played games, but on the internet, but not no videos. I think you was very passionate about it, because from the time you was, like I said, in middle school, you've been doing it ever since then, from middle to high and even to college.